You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans. So I know everybody's dying to know who will be the new Lulu Spencer when she finally wakes from her coma. And now a new leak has just provided a name for the actress they say is replacing Emme Rylan. There is a whole pile of fans wanting to see either Emme or her predecessor back in the role, and we're going to talk about why neither of them are returning. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and let's dive right into this recast leak and whether the ABC soap is going in an interesting new direction when they wake up Lulu after her liver transplant. So if you've been watching for a while, you know that when Lulu Spencer got a SORAS, soap opera rapid aging syndrome, back in 2005, she went from age 11 up to age 17, and that's when Julie Berman stepped into the role of Luke and Laura's only daughter, and boy, did fans love Julie. I loved Julie as Lulu. After almost 8 years in the role, Emme Rylan replaced Julie Berman and took over as Lulu. If you don't remember why Julie left, and if you're wondering, was she fired by General Hospital? No, she was not. In fact, it was her choice to exit in March of 2013 when her contract expired. She actually gave the powers that be a very long notice, told them in July 2012 that she wanted to leave at the end of her current deal. So they had like 10 months to figure out what they were going to do. Meanwhile, Emme Rylan was over on Young and the Restless playing Abby Newman, but was only on recurring status at the CBS soap, and she wanted a full-time gig, so she was hired at General Hospital to take on the role of Lulu Spencer. And Emme played the part for a little more than 7 years, and a lot of fans just adore Emme. I thought she did a great job in the recast. And then out of nowhere, in 2020, Lulu suffered a traumatic brain injury after a bomb that Cyrus Renaud had Julian Jerome place at the floating rib, blasted it apart. Cyrus was trying to take out Jason Morgan, but instead he blew up Lulu's nice guy boyfriend to bits and put his niece in a coma before she could tell Dante that she still loves him. And now there's finally an actress name leaking out as the possible recast. So this talented actress, by the way, is an alum of As the World Turns. More on her in a moment. So back in 2020, when they first did this traumatic brain injury coma thing, Emme Rylan was absolutely blindsided by the termination and them writing Lulu out. You know, they always make that excuse that it was storyline driven, kind of like they're saying now about them killing off Sam McCall after firing Kelly Monaco. Stories don't drive things, writers drive stories. So it is a choice. You can't act like this ephemeral thing caused these exits. These were choices made on the production side of the house by the powers that be. Still, Emme Rylan was expecting that if and when they woke up Lulu, she would be the one to get the call. She has made it sound like that's what she was told. And so that's what fans were expecting to happen when we started hearing Lulu's name again and we started seeing her, even though her face wasn't shown, getting visitors at that long-term coma care facility. That started a few months back. So there's been fans debating whether they want Emme Rylan back versus Julie Berman. You know how it is. Everybody has their favorites they like in a role, especially when recasts are involved. But when Lulu Spencer does wake up, and that is confirmed at this point, it won't be with Emme or Julie as Lulu Spencer. There's some chatter going around that GH did approach Julie Berman to give her first right of refusal, and she said no. So, you know, that's not confirmed by ABC. That's just, you know how chatter and leaks work in the soap world. As for Emme Rylan, she personally confirmed on social media that it is true that GH decided to recast Lulu and said she was very disappointed that they chose not to bring her back. But Emme said she was at least glad to have some closure on this issue, and then she thanked fans for all the love. So with Emme out of it officially and Julie Julie reportedly turning it down. If these reports are true, then that definitely means somebody all new has been cast in the role. So here's the name being leaked right now. Buzzworthy Radio said they have it on good authority. It's going to be Jen Landon in the role. Do you know that name? You may know Jen from when she played Gwen Munson on As the World Turns. She also briefly played Heather Stevens on Young and the Restless, but more recently, and this is where you may know her from, Jen Landon starred as Teeter on Yellowstone. If you haven't seen her on Yellowstone, the accent they have her doing is insane. It's supposed to be a deep rural Texas dialect. Yellowstone isn't really my jam, but my hubby watches it and I sit and read. And so I see it over the top of my book, top of my Kindle, and I hear it. And I do remember when I first heard Teeter, I had him pause and rewind it back to listen again because the accent is so insane. Jen Landon's character, Teeter, was at this carnival and wanted her boyfriend to win her a stuffed animal. And she was calling it a bar. And I was, what? Rewind it. There was a lot of profanity in this statement, which I'm not going to say, but she was like, go on, win me that effing bar. And that was the accent. So obviously, if she is indeed Lulu, we're not going to get that accent. But if you have seen Yellowstone, you should know immediately who Jen Landon is because the accent they had her do was crazy. And she is also the daughter of iconic actor Michael Landon, by the way. She was just 8 years old when her dad, who was the star of Little House on the Prairie, died, and she has followed her dad's footsteps into acting. So, Jen Landon is definitely talented. I think she could do a really good job as Lulu, if indeed she is who the powers that be at GH have hired. In terms of age, if you're curious, Julie Berman is 40, Emme Rylan is 43, and Jen Landon is right between them at age 41. So she's a fit on that front. She is petite. She's a blonde. She's got past soap experience, 2 different soap operas, and she's got top-notch primetime experience too. Paramount has revealed they're not going to be renewing Yellowstone for a 6th season, so she is absolutely available to take on this role. Jen Landon has also been on Animal Kingdom, FBI Most Wanted. She even did several episodes on Days of Our Lives and the now canceled big hit medical drama House, just among a lot of other credits. So she has soap experience, but she is not simply a soap actor. She has had a lot of primetime and streaming experience. And of course, I'm absolutely with the fans that would like to see Lulu Spencer brought back to life by either Emme Rylan or Julie Berman, but it's just not going that way. Emme confirmed it. Julie seems to be out of it. So whether it is Jen Landon or somebody else in the role of Lulu, we are definitely getting a recast. So that's the scoop. And of course, I will get back to you with official confirmation once ABC Daytime confirms the identity of new Lulu Spencer. And again, hopefully they just won't have her saying bar and doing that accent. It is crazy, you guys. Please subscribe if you are not following us already. Definitely drop your comments on this recast leak. Again, it's unconfirmed so far. And be sure and come back soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt talking General Hospital 7 days a week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.